All right, I'm back. Set you guys up on a little bit of a time lapse there. Show you more what we got going on today. Not even sure what I've showed you today, but see me, I went ahead and just took this all out. I didn't like the way that glazing had went in there. I hit this with some high build primer. You can kind of see the low spots here. I've hit them once. Still got some more here. Hold on there. That one's almost out. A couple little ones along here. This one I went ahead and threw some mud in there while I was at it, along with this one. They still got a pretty good edge there. I just took them down with 80 grit with the air file. Now I'll throw on some 80 grit and then 180 and get it down to where it needs to be. This over here, I've pretty much got all of this up here done. Still got a couple places down here I gotta work. I gotta block it some more. I worked on it a little bit and then I threw that Bondo on there. And so I'll give this a good work over with some 220. See where I need any more high build primer. Went ahead and slapped some in this area right here. Now I got this down where it's pretty well level. Now I'll get in here and work these all these little contours. Got this worked. When I was blocking last night, I noticed this spot right here. It just got covered with primer apparently when I finished putting this rocker panel on, but I had a pretty good little valley there, so I worked on getting that filled in. Threw a little bit on here where I put that fiberglass earlier. Now I'll get in there with a hand block and straighten that up a little better. Started working on the fender here last night. So I still got a little bit of low right there, little low there, pretty good low still right there. A couple low ones here. Starting to get this contoured in. This is where it gets tough, is where you got multiple radiuses that you got to work with. And then I'm going to give this a good sand here. It's probably hard to see. can see it or not, there's a body line that goes right down the top of this here. And so what I'll do, I'll give this whole thing a good sanding, clean it up, and then I'll lay me a tape line out on this back side of it here, and finish working my stuff over here. And then when I move to the other side, I'll tape line the other side. And what that'll do is, you can feel that body line come down and it kind of fades there. And kind of feel it on this one. That one may actually be a little easier to see. But you run your tape line along there, and you just sand to it. That way you're not taking it down, and that'll give you a good sharp body line there. The other thing I found last night you want to be cognizant of is I've got this body line all the way along here between all of the self-etching primer, high build primer. Even though I may not have been spraying it in there, like there was some places here where I was, there was a pretty good buildup in there. So you want to take and lay your sandpaper, get it folded, lay it on edge, get in there and clean that line out real good, because there again, you want to keep a nice sharp body line. And I was surprised at how much primer had built up in there. So for right now, I'm not going to bore you guys with more sanding. I'm going to go ahead and get set up with a block with some 80 grit on it, work on this here, this over here, get them down to where I believe they should be. Once I get them, I'll go ahead and hit everything there, this whole section here, this one up here again, and all this down here. Any of those spots I got, I'll hit with some high build primer, as well as these other spots. It takes, you can't sand that for 2 hours after you've sprayed it. It takes about 2 hours to set up. So I'm just going to continue working on these little spots here and bring you guys back when I've got something worthwhile or interesting to show you. So stand by. Well, welcome back. Another day in the shop. Shop dogs. Did you get anything done today? Did anybody do anything? No? So, didn't have a whole lot to film today. Thought I'd give you guys an update here because I run into an issue. But I'll catch up to speed on where I'm at. I've got the door, got my last coat of filler primer on it, high build primer, and my last, actually the last of the can of guide coat. Got this lower section all ready now, I believe. I'm gonna hit it one more time with a block just to make sure. Hey, got the upper section here all done. A coat of self-etching primer on it. Got my primer on down there. But I believe next to my last coat of filler primer on this, I know I've still got a low spot right here, but been priming and blocking all day. Done a little bit over on this fender. I run out of guide coat, so I've got some black primer. I may just give it a little shot of black primer. Use that as a guide coat. And let me show you what I run into back here. Well, it's kind of hard to see now, but I was starting to work on this section right here, and right up in here I had some Bondo, and that Bondo was put in back in 2006, 2007, somewhere in there. And it's when I'd done this whole quarter. Well, there's a seam here that is leaded. And that Bondo was, I wouldn't say it was cracked, I'd call it more alligator. It just had little hairline cracks all over it. And I thought, well, maybe that Bondo doesn't work good with lead. So I figured I'd put some fiberglass on it, and that should work, right? I guess. So I started pulling that Bondo out with my roll lock, and I followed it down where I'd put it down along the side. And as I started taking it out, it occurred to me that when I'd done this side here, like I say, back 2006, 2007, when I was first doing it, and this one's got a little bit different patch. You kind of see it there. There was one section here, another section here, and then that lower section. And apparently back then, I didn't know about the short strand fiberglass. And using it when you join panels like that to help prevent moisture incursion. So, consequently, you see what I did. I pulled all of the Bondo out, clear down to my welded seams. Went back in with short strand fiberglass filler. Already found a little bit of rust starting, mainly right here where, that's where my weld started or ended, I don't know. But then as I started cleaning up, and I know I was going to have to work this side anyhow because I've got to get that rocker where it lines up. But yeah, I found some pretty good Swiss cheese here. I thought about filling that in with fiberglass. I got to watch this one hole because that's where my door bumper goes. So what I'm going to try first is I'll get out my welder, see if I can fill these. That one right there would have to have some coat hanger addition to it, same as that one down there. Shadow, I'm recording. I'll see how it works. I got a strange feeling that I'm probably going to end up cutting that out and building a new piece from here down into here. This is going to be tough because that's concave back in. I don't know if you can see that on the camera or not. One thing I did, I run up before it got dark and looked at my parts car, and it looks like this piece might be good. I may go up there and chop it out with a cut-off wheel, and when I do that, I'll know if it's good enough to use or not. If it is, I'll put it in there. If not, like I say, I'll make a new one. I got plenty of hammers and dollies, and after building that front piece across there, well, I ought to be able to do something. I might have to finish it off, smooth it up with some some of that fiberglass fill, but that's where we're at today. Gonna have to make a supply run. I'm all but out of self-etching primer. I might have 1 can left. The site over here has turned out really nice though. With that high build, which I am out of the high build primer now as well. I'm out of the high build primer as well, and pretty much still got that whole other side to do. I may go ahead and put an order in with Eastwood. I was looking last night to see what type of primer I'm going to use for my final coat, and they actually have spray cans of polyester primer, and somehow it's a mixed system within the can. It's not cheap. Before it's open, it's got a long shelf life. It's about I want to say $25 a can, but the nice thing about it as well is it will self-etch. It's a self-etching polyester primer. So right now I'm paying roughly $12 a can probably for self-etching primer, roughly $12 a can for the high build primer, so kind of a wash. And would save time, and actually I was looking at it, it sets up a lot quicker than this high build that I'm using now. Right now I believe you got to let it go 4 hours, depending on how many coats of the Eastwood stuff you put on. The biggest problem with it is you got to wait, I don't remember if it was an hour or 2 hours between coats, but still, getting that high build polyester and the self-etching could be a plus. So that's where we're at today. Tonight, about to call it a night. Dogs, are you hungry? You guys ready to go eat? Is it dinner time? Shadow? Is that why you're woofing over there? Okay. We'll take you in and find some dinner. Okay. All right. So with that, we'll catch you all later. Thanks for watching, and I'll keep at it here, so stand by. Another day here in the shop. We got the shop dogs all here. Shop dog. Yeah, so telling people hi. Yes, you tell them hi. Yes, you're a good dog. Jackson. Okay, okay. Hey, that's enough. Okay. Today I showed you last night. Shadow. That's good. What happened with this here? So I put that fiberglass in last night. It all should be set up. Come in today. Started working on this down here. See if this light's gonna mess with us. So I cut out a new piece and laid in here last night. Got it tacked in. I don't know if I showed any of that last night or not. There we go. So this hole here is where my door bumper goes. Still got some little pinholes here and stuff. This old metal is pretty thin. This is still all part of the original car. So I got what I could. Got in there with my bits. Cleaned that up. Not perfect, but it'll be good enough. The way I look at it, these pinholes actually give my give my fiberglass somewhere to grab into and hold good. So that's what I'm going to do next. I'm going to fiberglass the rest of this here with the short strand body filler. I'm going to let that get set up good, and then go to getting this whole thing cleaned up, ready for some body filler. So that's what's on the agenda for the day. Actually this afternoon. That took a couple hours there, so but won't take long to mix up some fiberglass, stuff it in there, let it dry, go to work with the airfoil. Fortunately, I just bought a bunch of I buy my sandpaper for the airfoil and the my sanding blocks in bulk. So there's some 40, that's 400, 320. So I got some 40 and 60 that will that'll get that fiberglass knocked real down real good. And I'd say if all goes right, I'll get that knocked down and actually get some Bondo slapped on it today. Maybe the agenda tomorrow will be to get out here and get it finished up, and then I can well, I don't think I can hit it with the self-etching primer. There we go. I still have part of a can of that, and oh, actually I'm good on that. I got 2 full cans and a part of a can, so I'll be able to do that. I put in an order with Eastwood last night. I'm going to try that polyester high build self-etching primer. Ordered 4 cans of it. When it gets here, I'll talk to you a little bit about it and let you know, and we'll use it and see what we think. I've still got the roof to do, got the trunk lid to do, and the hood to do. They've all been hit with self-etching primer, so you never know until you go to sanding on these what kind of low spots you might have. So I think I'll have use for it. 4 cans should go quite a ways. 4 cans was shipped was about $130 some. So when that gets here, I'll show it to you. We're getting close to being able to get going on the hood and give this thing the final primer before we start painting, I think. I'm sure I'll find some other things that have to be done before I get to that point, but that's what we've done today. I'm not going to bore you guys with putting that fiberglass on there. I'll probably set you up on a time lapse when I go to knocking it off with the air file, and we'll see what happens. Hope you're having a good day. Later. What are you doing, Shop Dogs? Well, I didn't get as far as I wanted to today. I did get fiberglass smashed into there. Pretty hairy. I noticed this has a lot more strands in it than the other can I had. But I didn't get to getting this file down. I did get my door. I believe all of the low spots filled. And there we go. And I got a coat of self-etching primer on it. Tomorrow, well, maybe tomorrow, we'll see. I might let it sit a couple of days because I got to get that. I want to get that fiberglass taken care of, smoothed down, and ready for some Bondo. But I did get that. Went ahead and hit my low spots over here. Well, they're all turning out nice. I still got a little bit of low spot right there where that guide coat's showing. Oh, I didn't get that one, but I was hitting this over here. A little bit more work on that one. Still got a little bit of a low spot there and there, and I haven't done anything with that right there yet. As far as sanding it, I'm gonna have to get me probably just a small sponge block and work that and see where it's at. But we all went in and had dinner, and shop's still warm. Left the heater going, so I come out and I started doing a little bit of hand shaping here. You see this piece right here. If you remember, I told you there's a seam right here, and there's some lead in there, and then right up in here, about right there, I had some Bondo in it. I think it was a bullet hole. I went ahead and knocked it out while I was doing this, and in there. Put some fiberglass in there, so now I got just about a 4-inch block on it. I'm using on it here. Actually, using that size of a block. It's heavy enough. It's not flying through the air. Don't even need to wear a mask. But I got some. What I find. I still had 3 sheets of 36 grit that I had laying over here, and that's probably why I had it. Was from when I'd done this fiberglass before. So let's put a piece of that there on that 4-inch block. Get in there and get it contoured down. Like I say, it's not flying around or nothing. It's just all falling out, and well, it comes off pretty good with that 36. About got this side here. Still got a little bit there. I'm gonna get in here and work this up here. Get that all contoured back where it's supposed to be. One of these days I'll show you guys. I got a pretty cool set of guards, stainless guards that actually go right in this area here. I don't know if they call them gravel guards or what they call them, but I'll go ahead and get that contoured down tonight. I don't know if I'll do anything more than the 36 because it's got some pretty good scratches in it, so then I'm definitely going to have to come back. I'll see. I don't even know if I'm going to need any Bondo on this. See how that fiberglass body fill works. May be able to just sand out the deep scratches and shoot some primer on it and go from there. So I'm going to go ahead. I may set you guys up here on a time lapse and hit this here for a little bit. About 7:15, so I'll work out here for another hour or so and see if I can't get this knocked down. And then tomorrow I will come out and get on all of this right here. I'm going to have a lot of hand shaping where I redone that metal today as well. And but I go pretty good, pretty quick with this 36 grit. So thank you all for watching, and we'll get you set up here. And here at some point I'm going to have to go in and download all my clips and see where I'm at on videos and put some together. I've got one ready to go out. Just dropped one this week. But I got to see where I'm at. I get too many of them on there and loads up my computer, and then my editing program don't work real well. So we'll set you up here and catch you tomorrow probably.